So I'm Zane Roberts. I am a focused missionary here. I'm a third year, and I'm from Kansas, St. George, Kansas. And I went to Kansas State University. And I've been here since January of 23. And so I studied computer science, and I got my MBA there as well. I intend on applying to seminary next month when I go home for break. I've already begun a lot of that process, and for a diocese back home in Kansas, that's not as clear which one it'll be because we moved. It was not always like that. I was actually, until then, it wasn't very much on my radar. Still being here, that's when I actually made that decision. I was raised Catholic. Yeah, I say conversion, just because there was a distinct progression during college where I went from not knowing my faith and not practicing my faith other than when I needed something, to actually seeking to live as best of a Christian as I possibly could. It's a lot to do with what we do here as focused missionaries that really showed me that I can trust God, because choosing to do focus was a big step for me. I worked a lot for a potential career one day. It was the recognition that I love teaching more so, which it's not necessarily the point of a Bible study. Sometimes it ends up like that, where all my day is surrounded by God, and that wasn't the case as a student. Once they start going to daily mass, you realize something has changed, because they don't have to be there. They have to be there on Sunday. They don't have to be there on Wednesday. They don't have to be there Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday. And once that switch flips in them, where it's okay, if I believe that in Mass I get to receive Jesus in the form of the Eucharist, I should actually want to do that as much as I possibly can. But it's once they obtain the community and the friends, the friendships, to guide them on that path through example and through accountability and through just showing them the joy of it, that is when they're able to actually choose that for themselves. And that's vital, and that's what our Newman Center does. I would get a campus minister. I think that's a big thing we need here. Someone dedicated with their whole job title, job description to hosting events here. Many campuses have campus ministers that offload a lot of that take a lot of that, and that's really good for us because it frees at least the missionaries up and the student leaders up to actually welcome and invite and accompany new students at those events. I think with more funds that we can put towards the mission here, we could host other events. I know that bring people in. For instance, dinners on Sundays. We can do a lot of things like that. I mean, I could throw out other examples, but events around here that get people in the door and allow them to encounter the community we have, allow them to encounter God just because they're here.